Hello people, my name is ClearVision, and today, despite the fact that I don't have a functioning controller at the moment, I'm going to talk about evaluating your motives in Rocket League and where the feeling of satisfaction and accomplishment comes from. The replay footage that I'll have going on in the background will be a very old one from May 2016. I'm doing this because I want to remind you that no matter how good you are in the present day, it doesn't hurt to look back at where you're coming from so that you can appreciate what you've managed to do so far and really put into perspective how far you've come as a player. You'll also know for a fact that it's an old replay because of 4 reasons. 1. I'm using the Takumi with my classic signature design. 2. The quality of playing this video compared to today is shocking, despite the fact this was a mid to high range champion game at its time. Today it would look more like a high end diamond game by today's standards. 3. No one is using any fancy items. 4. Shawzette, the toxic sock man, is LFT.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
No offense, Shawzette. It's only banter. Anyways, let's roll the 1-year-old replay, and for people that are new to the channel, RL Pitstop is a series where I'll discuss and give my opinion on issues, overlooked topics, miscellaneous tips and tricks, or anything Rocket League related that is not strictly speaking a tutorial, but still hopefully be something where you can learn something meaningful from in around 10 to 15 minutes. This episode of RL Pitstop might be a relatively short one, and definitely will be controversial. So I hope that you're mature enough to deal with that. For now, let's get into today's topics. Why are you playing Rocket League? Yes, I'm talking to you, the person who's watching this video right now. Why are you playing it? What are your motives? No, don't tell me. This is a question I want you to think about, and keep a mental note of your answer, because I'll come back to it later. You may be questioning why I'm questioning you on why you're playing Rocket League, especially out of nowhere, but think about this. If you have no motive, or there's nothing in particular that you want from this game as clear cut, how can you expect to feel satisfied, or feel that you've achieved something? How can you feel that you've done something worthwhile with your time, if you didn't even think about the point of doing it in the first place? How can you feel that you've taken something valuable from the game, even if something as simple and small as entertainment and having a good time, if you don't know where you're going? Hopefully you can see what I'm trying to get at here, but if not, let me continue. It's good to set a goal for yourself, but there are both good and bad goals. Many people set achieving a certain rank to be their goal, be it champion, grand champion, diamond, platinum, or whatever. However, while there's nothing wrong with aiming for a certain rank, it can be a really bad goal to set yourself unless you back it up with a meaningful explanation that isn't shallow. What do I mean? If you can't answer a so what's question to a goal you're trying to set, you're either setting a really bad goal, your priorities are not in check, your mindset about said goal isn't good, or even all of the above. Let's try an example where your answer from earlier was something along the lines of, I want to reach Grand Champion. Why? So what? What happens next if you do reach Grand Champion? Are you just going to quit or abandon ranks after you reach your desired skill point rating? Now, let's say that your rationale for this was, so that I can prove myself as a good player. There are so many things wrong with this. Do you not enjoy the game? Who are you trying to prove yourself to? Why do you feel the need to prove yourself? Truly proving yourself is something that's done over a very long time period, and it's not something that you should be consciously thinking about all the time if you actually want to do it. Technically, being labelled as a good player is very subjective, and you cannot call yourself good at anything without a reference. If you, the viewer, was the only person who plays Rocket League, you would be the best Rocket League player, because there would be literally no one else to compete with you. You can't say someone is better than someone else without comparison, but does this even matter? So what if someone is better than you? It takes more than just skill to be respected, and for me personally, I'd rather be the most respected player than the most skillful. Now, think back to your actual answer to the question I posed at the start of the video, and please be honest with yourself. Does your motive and rationale have a bunch of holes and flaws in them, like I've demonstrated with the previous model answer? If so, Rocket League probably isn't your game. And I know that's not what you're wanting to hear at all, but it's the truth, and that's all what I have to offer. Even if you did achieve your goal, or which had shallow reason behind it, you won't feel satisfied, because you only wanted the gratification of achieving that goal, and now that you have it, all enjoyment will quickly fade away. For the sake of completeness, let's talk about better answers and motives. It's perfectly okay to not be 100% sure, that's fine. If you only take one thing away from this video, you must remember that if you aim for something and your reasoning behind it sucks, you often fail to meet that goal, and even if you do, you will feel empty. Now, let's talk about some better answers, and if your actual answer sounds something like any of the following, you're good. I play Rocket League for fun. It's something I enjoy doing in my spare time with friends, or by myself, and I just use the game to chill out and relax. Even though there's not much to this example answer either, in my eyes this is still a much better answer than the deliberately bad example I gave earlier. Video games are fundamentally designed to entertain. Sure, some will do a better job than others, but that's beside the point. Anyone who says this probably isn't actively looking to improve, but even if they are, this answer can't be broken down or challenged any further, therefore it's a good answer and motive. If I was to answer this question myself, it would probably be this. I enjoy Rocket League and I am competitive in nature. I originally aimed to be a pro player as I have some experience of being competitive in both sports and esports, and I like playing in a tournament environment. I used to do table tennis and motorsports competitively, and back in 2010 I used to be a really good sniper in TF2, although the esports scene for that never really took off. However, now I don't see that happening anymore, so my main priority right now is getting my YouTube channel going about Rocket League content designed to help others. I like this game, and to an extent, I like helping people out too. While this is a bit on the long side and you could still challenge some aspects of it, you can tell that this is a more meaningful answer and justification. Enough of this though, and let's just get straight to the point. If you're playing this game purely for status, bragging rights, money, or anything of the like, you will most likely fail. Even if you do succeed, the happiness that you feel will be very short-lived, because you didn't actually like what it was doing in any way, shape, or form, but rather it was only after the spoils of war. You finally get there, the Grand Champion rank you've always wanted. After a moment or two you feel all warm and fuzzy inside, as well as being proud of yourself. You stand back and punch the air as you yell, "Yeah! I've finally done it! I'm so good at this game!" But all of a sudden, reality comes with the RKO out of Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Okay. All jokes aside, at this point, the novelty of it wears off. But because you only care about the status and bragging rights, you refuse to play ranked in fear of losing said status and bragging rights. You become elitist. If someone isn't as good as you, even if they're one of the nicest people you will meet, you don't want anything to do with them. You flame your teammates and call them out for no reason, just because your rank is higher than theirs. If this sounds like you, again, be honest with yourselves, and either find something about the game itself that you like, or just stop playing. Everything has a lifespan, even sports, and Rocket League is not exempt from this. While sportsmen in things like football, motorsports, tennis, golf, and basketball for example can enjoy relative stability in their careers due to the sports themselves being around for much longer and having support from much more fans and sponsors, esport players just simply don't have it in the same way. The only games that come close are CSGO and Dota 2, and even then they would still have some way to go before matching traditional sports. Rocket League isn't even close to matching these two games. I think, as far as esports goes, that's as good as it's going to get for now. Why is this relevant to what I was saying before? I believe that Rocket League is a kind of game where if the esports scene was to die tomorrow, so would a casual player base, or at least shortly after. Maybe it wouldn't die completely, but it would probably take a notable hit. Although now the scene is undeniably growing, if nothing changes, I predict that the game could die as soon as a year from now, or anything up to 3 years from now. The reason why I will cover at a different time, because I want to stay on topic. When a game dies, almost all memory of it will swiftly disappear. along with any quote-unquote achievements you've done in the game. Who will care about the vast majority of things of what you've done in a game that's died? Achievements in game aren't a degree or a PhD, which will stay relevant for all, if not most of your life, for example. So, for all the elitists out there who get mad and use their status to put down other players so they feel better about themselves, or for the sweaty tryhards out there who aren't even enjoying this game, yet are putting in so much effort in being the best in something that will have a very limited lifespan, or for those who just simply don't have any of their priorities in check, in-game or out, I advise that you go to your local pharmacy and pick up a few of these. Anyways, let's wrap this video up. I can't force you to do what I say, but once again I strongly believe that the advice given can be applied to almost anything, not just Rocket League. If you're in anything for the money, or publicity, or reputation, or status alone, you're going to have a bad time. I am aware that this RL Pitstop video essentially just turned into a mini rant, but it is what it is. Just remember, anything that you do in your spare time, you should do because you love it and that you're passionate about it, or at the very least you enjoy in some sort of way. For everyone watching this video, Rocket League is your hobby. It is not a job, so don't treat it like one by losing your when things don't go your way. That's all for now. I hope you found this interesting despite being an unusual topic. Let me know if you want to see more content like this by subscribing, and I'll see you in the next.